you guys. Thank you for tuning in with Coach Kizzy and Majestic Life Solutions. So, before we get into our affirmations, right? I can't move that. Before we get into our affirmations, I have something for you. And I want you to actually apply this to your life, okay? I actually want you to apply this to your life. And it's called the pause and think method, okay? Before we get into our affirmations today, I want you to use this pause and think method. Brothers and sisters in the world today, I invite you to pause and think. In a fast paced world where every moment is filled with activities and distractions, it's essential to take a step back and reflect. Why is this pause important? Why is this pause important? Because it allows us to reconnect reconnect with our thoughts, our values, and our aspirations. When we take a moment to think, we empower ourselves to make better decisions, to be mindful in our interactions, and to approach challenges with clarity and purpose. Let's consider the impact on our choices, not just on ourselves, but those around us. A simple pause can foster empathy, creativity, and intervention. It encourages us to listen more intentionally, to understand more deeply, and to act with intentions. So I challenge each of you today to pause for just a moment. Reflect on what truly matters to you. Think about your goals, your relationships, and the legacy that you want to leave behind. Together, let's embrace the power of thoughtfulness. And I thank you. Okay? So we're gonna get into our affirmation. It's affirmation time. Do you what time is it? Affirmation time. So I actually want you to apply that to your life. Okay. I want you to apply that, the pause and think method, because your decisions have to go along with your actions. Okay, your decisions have to go along with your actions, because if you pause for a moment and think about what you're doing. See our pause. See our pause. You got to give your brain time to catch up with your thoughts, because whatever you think in negative, you got to give your brain time to think positive. So that's why I want you to pause before you think. Okay? Spirit, what message you have for us? What the message you have, Spirit? Oh, this goes up here. We're gonna do this that meeting. We're gonna do all the five stuff. We're gonna do this meeting. Oh, I done dropped it. Spirit, let me see. All right, so usually I have a lot of chords, but I'm not gonna have that many chords today. I'm gonna start doing less chords. I know that is affirmations, but I want you to start using the pause and think method. So, so first chord came out is trust God's plan for your life. Second chord is bounce back from setbacks. I feel more in tune with my emotions. Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. I trust in my ability to overcome challenges and grow stronger. I am excited, but also nervous about the change. I create my own path and follow it with confidence. I am a vessel of God's love and grace. I am loved and cherished by God. Good things always find me. I'm open to new experience and embrace change. I am a leader. So, so we're gonna start with I bounce back from setbacks. Okay, and I always use this in a different term. I always use it in a different term, and this what it wanted me to tell you today. I just if you've been in the dark for so long, if you've been in the dark for so long, you've been on drugs, you've been whatever you've been doing, creating in your life, that's a disaster. That's gonna cause you destruction in your life. Whatever you've been creating that's been destroying your life and cause you destruction in your life. Okay? So I want you out today, I want you to bounce back. I want you to bounce back from that setback. I want you to bounce back from that setback. I want you to feel more in tune with your emotions. I want you to feel more in tune with your emotions. I actually want you to be excited about the change, but also nervous about the change. Because we get nervous about changing. Even if we go to a different job, we be ready to start that job, but you be nervous a little bit, right? You know how we go to the job like, dang, it's kind of gonna make me a little nervous, but that's change. That nervous feeling is a good change. Whatever makes you uncomfortable is a great opportunity for growth. So everything is not gonna be comfortable in growing. Okay, some things gonna make you uncomfortable. So I want you to create your own path and follow it with confidence. Follow it with confidence. And do you see? I'm just gonna tell you right now. Right now, I'm gonna tell you right now. Do you see how Diddy? And this goes for anybody that's trying to get into the music industry. This for the young man's trying to get into young men, young women get into the industry. I say this what you do. Do you see how things that he has applied to his life that wasn't pleasing to God? You see how things failed for him? I want you to apply those bad things to your life today. If you trying to get in the music industry, you trying to get into whatever you're trying to do. Because it's people that's stars, movie stars, all that stuff. If you're trying to do all that, but I want you to apply all these mistakes that he's making, that he made. I mean, just said like he made to your life today. Because once you start applying things that somebody done did in their business and they done became successful, when you start applying those to your life, then you know that this is not the path that I want to go down. This is not the path. That's why you have to. That's why you have to be quick to listen. This is the next chord. That's why you have to be quick to listen, so slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Because when you start listening more about what things are going on in this world, basically just saying for real, like what he got going on, you don't want to make that same mistake. So, and I'll tell you this also, And they was talking about this too. If you want to create, and then sometimes watch what language that you use too. Watch the language that you use, because this is your music supposed to be for aspiration, for the next generation to grow up on. You don't want to have music like some of these people that's be authentic, be your authentic self. Think of something that's going to be a positive impact on people, because the music back in the day was great, but now everybody done switched it around with these all the different type stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So you got the kids listening to this music, but they think it's okay. But that is not how we want to raise the next generation. We don't want to raise them like that. So that's the same thing as what the kids listen to, what the kids do. So you have to understand that. And I done seen Sexy Red. I done seen her outfits, and I done heard her say that she supposed to be going to. I'll be at home chilling with my kids. But the same thing that you're doing in front of your kids, don't you know that your kids gonna be doing that too? The same way you walk out that house and dress like that, don't you know your kids gonna be doing that too? So you have to be mindful of what you do in this world. So be quick to listen. And if you walking with the Most High God, just know that you are a vessel of God's love and grace. We all are a vessel of God's love and grace. So if you're walking with the walk with God, then you have to trust in your abilities to overcome challenges and grow stronger. Because God love and cherish. Well, I am loved and cherished by God. We are all loved and cherished by God. God just want to hear from you. God just want to hear from you. You have to be open to new experiences and embrace change. But you have to trust the plan. You have to trust God's plan for your life. And good things will always find you. Good things will always find you. You want to know why? Because you're a leader. That's it. That's all you got to do. Apply good things to your life. And once you start applying good things to your life, then what your mind gonna be thinking? Well, if you use the pause and think method, what are your mind gonna be thinking? All good things. Nothing gonna come out your mouth with a negativity thought. Well, not a negativity thought. Not come out your mouth with a negativity. Well, in your brain, you ain't gonna have a negativity thought for you can self-talk, negative self-talk to yourself. That's how it goes. Negative self-talk yourself. So you don't want to negative self-talk yourself, because when you start negative self-talking yourself, then you start believing it. That's why you have to pause and think. You become a greater individual. Okay. And I want you to get there. I want you to get there and actually understand who self is. Because if you're not going to understand who you are as a humankind, you're not going to understand life. You're going to let people run over you. You're going to let people do things for you. That's why, well, not things for you, do things to you. So you have to understand that this is the life that you have to create. You have to create your own destiny. You have to be in control of your own life. Because if you're letting somebody else control your life, whatever path they want you on, that's what path they're gonna take you down. So you have to create that. So the wrongdoings, when I said the wrongdoings of what somebody's doing, and I even heard that they said that, don't use your power, don't use your money to get people to come where you at. You understand where you at to sell them a dream. That's what you do. That's what you do. Sell them a dream. Don't sell them a dream just to get in their pants. So listen to all the mistakes. Get on YouTube today and look at the cases and look at what's going on, and apply that to your life today. How you gonna? Oh, that's my that's my role model. That ain't a role model. You actually a pimp model. A pimp. If you trafficking, beating, molesting, what kind of role model is that? That's sick. So apply these things to your life today. That's just like if you want to, I'm telling you, if you want to be in the industry, whatever industry you want to be in, apply those things to your life. That's the only thing that you do. You look at people's lives and you see the mistakes that they making for you won't go down that same path. You know trafficking is not right. You know that's not right at all. And how much money do you need if you already rich? How much money do you need? You have to go out and mess up your whole career on trafficking, beating women, and doing all this stuff. That's not leaving a good legacy. You is ruining your life. So you have to think about the things that you do. That's not cute. So I want you today to pause and think. Use that method for your life. Pause and think. Spirit, what other message? What message you have for us in this? Day? First chord came out was what I just said. Every moment is a new chance for change. Believe in your potential to make a difference. And I want you to start. And I tell you this all the time. What I tell you, start praying more. Start praying more. And that's the third chord. If you pray more, your prayers will be answered. Three, what other message you have for me? Mm. Like I said, you are the co-creator of your own destiny. Oh, that look like a D. I have to say, why I got a D right there? Okay, experiences is lessons in disguise. So that's what I say. Apply that to your life. Do you see that experience that he going through? That's a lesson in disguise for you. That's a lesson in disguise for you. Want to know why it's a lesson? Because when you get into that industry, you want to apply those mistakes to your life because you don't want to go down the same road. That path is the wrong path, and you where he at now? Where he at in court? You don't want that. Try something different. So you have to be gentle with yourself, but growth takes time. Spirit, what let me see that. My little sticky hands. What I say, replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Okay? Replace that. Let go of what no longer serves you. What no longer serves you is negative self-talk. Because we have said, I don't even know what's wrong with me. Why am I not doing this? Why am I not doing that? That's negative self-talk. That's negative self-talk. But everything will fall in place when you start being the co-creator of your own destiny. Gratitude transform your perspective. Spirit, what in the spirit? Trust the process of your life. Everything unfolds as it should. Everything unfolds as it should. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. If you give up on yourself, then you give up on everything that you have in your mind that's positive. The positive thinking that you have in your mind that you created in your mind, the goals, the dreams. When you give up on yourself, you don't trust the process of life. Spirit welcome. Let's see how. Trust in the divine timing. Everything will align. Spirit welcome message. Find strength in your vulnerability. Okay? Find strength in there. Spirit welcome message here. Oh, oh, man, I almost had it. Mm. Learn to reframe negative thoughts. Pause and think. Believe in your abilities to adapt to any situation. So that's just like, say for instance, if you go get a new job, believe in your abilities. So when you go get a new job, you be like, "Ooh, this job paying a little bit more than what I was making. I like this." So you have to adapt to that job, right? Because you like the job. If you like that job and you had to adapt to that job, then that means you had to adapt to yourself. The same way you like that job, the same way you should like yourself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same way you should like yourself. You should adapt to yourself. That's your ability to adapt to yourself. Instead of worrying about, oh, I'm supposed to go to this new job. I believe in this. I believe in this job. This job pays a little bit more money than what I was making. The same way you believe in a job, believe in yourself. Spirit, what's the message you got for me? So if you start being, let's get into this. Boss came out. You can turn your life around if you choose to. So I'm starting with, you know what I'm starting with today? This what I'm starting with today. Do you know what I'm starting with? I know. Listen. So if you believe in the ability to adapt to any solutions, I mean any situation, okay? Any situation. Any situation that you get in, this job, just say that this job. Just believe, just say that. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. So you want to go to this job, right? I'm supposed to give you some examples where I can get you to start creating something. If I can get you to start being the person that you need to be, okay? So you believe in that job, right? But who wanna go to 9 to 5? So if you believe in yourself, because you the co-creator of your own destiny, put in your mind that I'm a boss today. Put in your mind that I'm a boss. When you start thinking about being a boss, then you replace you replace self talk with positive affirmations. Okay, you said I'm a boss, man. Regardless of whatever you're talking about, I'm a boss. But you gotta own that boss word. You got to own that boss word, cause you can turn your life around if you choose to. But you have to let go of what no longer serves you. Mm-hmm. Learn to reframe negative thoughts. Okay? Every moment is a when you start saying you're a boss, You'll start knowing that every moment is a new chance for change. A new chance for change. Every experience that you go through in life is a lesson in disguise. Okay, you have to trust the process of your life. Everything unfolds as it should because you're a boss. If you become that boss that you need to be in your head, you got to trust the process of life. Everything unfolds as it should. You understand what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to trust in the divine timing, and everything will align. But you gotta pray more. You gotta pray more before your prayers to be answered. So that's why you gotta trust the divine timing, and everything will align. So believe in your potential to make a difference, because you the person that's the co-creator of your destiny. So you're gonna have to make a difference. You're gonna have to leave that boss image of you. You're gonna have to leave that legacy with you here. So you want to leave that, you know what, that person did become a boss, that person did do this. So you want to leave that in your mind. You're a boss. So you start believing in your potential to make a difference, and this gonna be the legacy that you want to leave. So through your journey, and it's gonna be some ups and downs in your journey in being a boss, right? It's gonna be some times that you're gonna have to say, oh man, I'm just not getting it. But that's self-talk. Keep in your mind that you're a boss. You got to be gentle with yourself. Growth take time. Gratitude, gratitude, transform your perspective. That means you're gonna be thankful that you found strength in your vulnerability to be this boss that you need to be. Okay. So if that helped anybody today, I sure hope that it helped. I sure hope that it helped you. And I want you to actually start using that pause and think method, because I think that it applies to your life, and it'll be great for your life. So if did nobody tell you today that they love you, just know that God loves you.